Hi, it's good to be with you. Type O's, which common and troubling diseases and conditions affect you, and how it is related to your blood type. Let's start with aging diseases. Researchers at the University of Sheffield in England found that type O has more gray matter in the brain, which provides stronger protection against diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. Type O has more gray matter in the posterior area of the cerebellum, which is responsible for memory formation. Based on type O risk factor, you're susceptible to inflammatory diseases which affect the elderly. When you reduce or eliminate the most harmful lectins from your diet, you can maintain healthier kidneys and brain function for a longer period of time. And blood type diet will guide you with what you should eat and what you should avoid. Let's move on to allergies. Let's dive into asthma and hay fever. As type O, you are more likely to suffer from asthma and hay fever. The causes are lectins in pollen and food. What helps is when you stop eating wheat and corn, you may find relief of many symptoms like sneezing, respiratory problems, snoring, and persistent digestive disorders. Let's look into autoimmune disorders. You have a tendency to develop a gritty sort of arthritis called osteoarthritis, which results in the chronic deterioration of bone cartilage. This happens because your immune system does not adapt very well to changes in the environment. And there are many foods like grains and potatoes which have lectins, which induce inflammatory reactions in the joints. And if you are one of those who've not eaten sufficient protein during your lifetime, you may be subject to extensive bone demineralization. If you feel greatly tired and have painful muscle and joints, persistent sore throats, digestive problems, allergies, and chemical sensitivities, you know you have chronic fatigue syndrome. It is an immune system breakdown where the liver is not able to metabolize well. As a result, it does not detoxify and is unable to neutralize harmful chemicals. What helps is following blood type diet and taking licorice and potassium supplements. Before you take any supplements, check with your doctor. Blood disorders. You can avoid suffering from anemia by following a proper diet routine, and also because you have high levels of stomach acid and you produce enough of glycoprotein. Cardiovascular disease. Heart study done by researchers at Framingham found that type O heart patients between the ages of 39 and 72 had a much higher rate of survival. You naturally normally have a high level of enzyme called phosphatase, which is manufactured in the small intestine. You have lower levels of serum, cholesterol, and triglycerides, which is why your blood is thin, which protects against plaque deposits. Childhood illnesses. Type O children are less susceptible to conjunctivitis. Children experience mild to moderate diarrhea, which is frequently caused by a milder form of coliform bacteria. It is due to excessively eating grains, carbs, or dairy products. Children seem to develop ear infections less frequently. If your child with type O suffers from attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, you should encourage him or her to exercise as much as possible. They are more prone to high catecholamine levels and dopamine imbalance. With regards to strep throat, mononucleosis, and mumps, children of type O get these because of their vulnerability to bacterial infections. However, they also recover more easily and completely. Let's look into diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is often observed in your type, especially if you have eaten dairy, wheat, and corn products for many years. Digestive illnesses. You are prone to celiac disease because of lectins in wheat. You need to eat plenty of fibrous fruits and vegetables and take supplements of butyrate, which is a natural bulk forming agent, as a substitute for bran, because bran has lectins that does not go well with you. You develop more ulcerative form of colitis that causes bleeding with elimination. Ulcers produced by Hyperacidity is more common. Peptic ulcer of the stomach is more common, with highest in non-secretors. There's a high rate of bleeding and perforation in both secretors and non-secretors. Infections. Viral infection is more frequent. Generally, it is harder to contract HIV infection, but you can get HIV or AIDS because of bad transfusion reaction. You should increase animal protein and include exercise regime. You don't have much bronchial infections. You tend to develop more of an allergic type hypersensitivity to candidiasis organism, especially when you eat too many grains. You are susceptible to cholera, with the worst cases seen in your type. When it comes to common cold and flu, there are hundreds of different strains of cold virus. It's impossible to see blood type specificity in all of them. You are susceptible to plague, which is more common in developing countries. You are most susceptible to typhoid infection, and Anopheles mosquito tend to bite your type, which carries malaria. You are more prone to chronic sinus infection. Parasites like amoebic dysentery, giardia, tapeworm, and ascaris can live fairly well in anyone's digestive tract. However, they don't seem to have special preference for blood type O. Tuberculosis of the lung, commonly known as pulmonary tuberculosis, is more common in your type. Sarcoidosis or sarcoid shows low frequency in your type. When it comes to urinary tract infections, there is no recorded evidence of susceptibility. Liver disease. Alcoholic-related liver disease. A Japanese research team discovered fewer number of your type received treatment for alcoholism. Your type has lesser levels of gallstones, diseases of bile ducts, jaundice, and cirrhosis. You may have developed anti-A and anti-B antibodies as an early protection against parasites like liver flukes and other tropical infections, which is why you're relatively immune to them. Thank you for hitting the like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for new videos. Skin disorders. Skin disorders, to date, there is little blood type specific information available. However, psoriasis is found more frequently. In the comments below, write your experience with blood type diet. Women and reproduction. Many of the disorders related to pregnancy results from some form of blood type incompatibility. Type A, B, O incompatible couples. Examples like type A male fertilizing a type O female with toxemia of pregnancy. In a study, an excess of type O women was found to suffer from toxemia resulting possibly from a reaction to a type A or type B fetus. Birth defects happen more so because of blood type incompatibility, which may occur between a type O mother and a type A father. It has been seen in several common birth defects, including hydatidiform mole, chorocarcinoma, spina bifida, and anencephaly. Hemolytic, which is a blood-destroying disease, is a condition that afflicts only the offspring of Rh-negative women. Childlessness is less common in type O women. A study showed the rate of miscarriage was highest when the mother and father were type A, B, or O incompatible. In both European and non-European populations, the rate of male offspring is higher in type O babies born to type O mothers. If you are entering menopause, you should begin to exercise as recommended for your type, appropriate to your current fitness and lifestyle. Eat a high-protein diet. The basic issue with most diseases is susceptibility or lack of resistance. Most microbes have the ability to mimic antigens, which overwhelms and takes control. And that is the reason why you see one person perfectly healthy while everyone else is falling sick with flu or cold. It's all about susceptibility. What is it that is unique about type O? It is your sensitivity to agglutinating lectins found in whole wheat, which interact with your intestinal tract. causing additional inflammation. If you suffer from colitis, Crohn's disease, or irritable bowel syndrome, wheat acts as a poison in your system. Your immune system is hardy. It's a kind of rigid and limited. Thank you for watching. Be fabulous. Heal your body and mind. See you in my next video. Until then, take care.